Welcome to the Recipe for Results. This is your podcast extra for certification in the hotel, restaurant, and bar industry. Brought to you by HRB Universal.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we have a rather specific piece of source material. It's a booking page, actually.
Right, a very specific one.
Yeah, for an upcoming HRB Universal ServSafe Food Protection Manager exam and course.
That's a mouthful.
It really is. And this one is taking place in St. Petersburg, Florida on September 3, 2026. But our mission today is to sort of unpack the details of this single event because it reveals this invisible regulatory framework that keeps our restaurant experiences safe.
Which is something we completely take for granted.
Exactly. The next time you sit down to eat, you should realize there's an unseen, person in charge acting essentially as a localized immune system for the kitchen.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, they're actively hunting down contamination risk before they ever reach your plate. And here's where it gets really interesting. Earning that title isn't just sitting through a sleepy afternoon seminar.
No, definitely.
It is a rigorous industry gauntlet.
Yeah, we tend to think food safety is just about, common sense, like washing your hands or keeping chicken in the fridge.
Right, the basics.
But public health at a commercial scale, it requires a rigidly enforced architecture of compliance. And to understand the gravity of that system, we kind of have to look at what these trainees actually endure to earn their credential on September 3rd.
It's an intense schedule.
Oh, yeah. It is a full day, like a locked door scenario running from 8:30 in the morning straight through to 4:00 p.m.
Yeah, and the day begins with this hyper-condensed 4-hour review lecture. Then there's a quick break, and then the doors are physically sealed for an electronic exam.
Which is wild.
Yeah, once that starts, nobody else is allowed in. And most finish the test in about 45 to 60 minutes, though I think they have up to 2 hours.
Yeah, they do.
But because that live lecture moves so incredibly fast, trainees are required to complete mandatory self-study on the HRB Universal Training Portal before they even show up.
They have to come prepared.
Okay, let's unpack this a little because it sounds to me like high-stakes driver's ed for commercial kitchens.
That's a good way to look at it.
But if the live lecture is moving so quickly that self-study is strictly required, aren't we just relying on, a tired kitchen manager's at-home discipline?
Well, you'd think so, yeah.
I mean, how much behavioral change actually happens if they're just cramming facts on a portal the night before?
Right. If the goal were merely memorizing cooking temperatures, cramming would be a massive vulnerability, like a huge flaw.
Totally.
However, the pre-study is designed to establish a baseline vocabulary. So by the time trainees enter that 4-hour live lecture, the instructor isn't, wasting time defining what salmonella is.
Oh, I see. So they can jump right in.
Exactly. They spend those 4 hours on high-level application, things like threat modeling, tracking cross-contamination vectors, and learning how to build a lasting culture of food safety among their staff.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. And this structure is heavily vetted. The course is actually accredited by ANSI CFP.
Okay, which stands for the American National Standards Institute and the Conference for Food Protection.
Right.
But, what does that alphabet soup actually mean for the person sitting there eating the food?
Well, it means the exam isn't just graded on food trivia. It is audited for its psychometric validity.
Wow. Psychometric validity.
Yeah. ANSI CFP accreditation basically guarantees that passing this test proves actual competency in the specific job tasks required to stop a localized kitchen error from spiraling into a mass foodborne illness outbreak.
That is no small thing.
It's huge. It ensures the testing environment is secure and that the curriculum, which it's developed by the National Restaurant Association, aligns directly with the most current FDA food code.
And the weight of that FDA food code is really the invisible hand pushing everyone into this classroom, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Because Section 2102.12 specifically dictates that a certified food protection manager must be on duty at all times during food preparation and service.
Every single minute.
Right, not just during the dinner rush, but literally every single minute that kitchen is operating.
And this is the critical mechanism for public health. This certification is a non-negotiable legal shield.
Wow.
I mean, if a health inspector walks into a restaurant and that certified person is missing, that kitchen is operating illegally, they can be shut down.
That's intense.
The stakes are so absolute that the industry is forced to aggressively lower the barrier to entry, which pretty much explains the logistics we see detailed on this booking page.
Right. The system has basically been engineered to eliminate any excuse for noncompliance.
Exactly.
Like they use sliding scale pricing to force early commitment. It's a $129 if you just need to take the exam, scaling up to $179 if you wait until the last minute for the full course.
Yep, incentivizing you to plan ahead.
And they provide a mobile prep app so managers can study on their phones between shifts.
Oh.
They even supply Amazon Fire tablets on site to ensure technical hardware issues don't derail the exam.
They've systematically removed the friction. All of it.
Yeah.
And the exam is also offered in English, Spanish, Chinese, and French Canadian, which ensures that the diverse workforce actually running our kitchens isn't, penalized by a language barrier when they're just trying to prove their operational competency.
So what does this all mean for us? When you pull it all together, this 4-hour review and 2-hour exam window is the unseen architecture protecting your health during every single restaurant visit.
It really transforms how you view a restaurant.
It does.
Like, it's not just a kitchen anymore. It is a heavily monitored biological control zone.
That is a fascinating way to frame it. But it does leave you with one thought to chew on before we wrap up.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, if the safety of our entire food service industry hinges on the knowledge retained from these localized, fast-paced, high-pressure review sessions, how vulnerable is that system to a manager simply teaching to the test to pass the exam rather than truly changing everyday behavior on the cooking line?